Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Pit Stop SMG video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. um, I have not been posting or watching or commenting on videos for the past 12 to 14 days. I don't remember exactly, but within those 12 to 14 days I had two hospital appearances. The first one was because of my tachycardia. If you guys don't know what tachycardia is, excuse me, it's when all of a sudden your heart rate just starts to go up for no reason at all. I'd be sitting there watching TV and all of a sudden I feel my heart rate start to go up, and I have one of those oxy monitors I put on my finger, and I watch my heart rate going up from 110 to 120 to 130, 135, and the thing is blinking at me. So I usually don't run to the doctors right away. Usually if I do some breathing exercises, I can calm it down. But this time, this was going on 3 days, and I could not get my heart rate to come down. So I drive myself down to the VA hospital, which is about a 13-mile drive. I get there, they do blood tests, x-rays, CAT scans, this, that, the other thing, blah, 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 blah. After 12 hours, come back and say, hey, there's nothing wrong. Well, I'm not just going to get up in the middle of the night just because I couldn't sleep and come down here to see all the nurses and stuff. I said, there's something wrong with me. So, okay. I get back home and finally my heart rate started coming down. I do take medication for it, by the way. And the medication's been pretty good. It keeps it pretty much under control. But a couple of days later, now, getting old really sucks. This was my April calendar, and all those you see there were all doctor's appointments. And this is my May calendar, and I still have June to go into. But anyhow, the second time I went to the hospital, I was getting this really bad pain that was going across my whole lower torso, middle torso, whatever. And again, I just don't go to the hospital because I got a pain. So I'll take a couple of aspirins. If it goes away, fine. If it doesn't, I'll just keep on working on how to get rid of it. The pain was getting bad enough where I had to call 911. And they sent paramedics. Paramedics came to my house, and there were 4 or 5 medical guys come in all at one time, each one doing something different. They hook up the heart monitor, breathing, blah, 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 check all my stuff. They say, you need to go to the hospital. Okay? Apparently, they saw something that wasn't right. So, for whatever reason, the City of Phoenix Fire Department will not transport me to the VA hospital. The VA says that if I have a dire emergency, I can go to the closest facility. So, they loaded me up in the ambulance and took me to a hospital that's like 2 miles away from my house. And again, it starts with the blood test, and this was unusual because they were pulling, they were pulling more blood this time than they normally do. I mean, usually take about 4 or 5 of those little tubes. They were taking like 8, 9, and 10 tubes of blood. So, damn, they're going to leave some for me? Anyhow, they did all those tests again. They come back and said, well, we don't see anything wrong, but you should talk to your primary care and get all these different appointments set up. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what, if you guys don't have some sort of health care, you're going to be in serious trouble if you got to go to the hospital. I get a bill. Well, I don't. I get a copy of the bill to show me what they did and how much they charged. For the 12 hours that I was there, what do you think the cost was? $26,000. Holy mackerel, man. You can't even afford to get sick. Anyhow, all those appointments you saw were due to because they could not find anything wrong. I got in touch with my primary care person, doctor, and I asked her to set me up for consults in all these different areas like cardiology, pulmonology, a gastroenterologist, and so on and so forth. And so all those appointments you see there in this month were all because of that hospital stay. I'm going to pulmonary, they call it pulmonary rehab. And I did my first one on Thursday, and it's just going to be a bunch of exercises to build my endurance, to get my lungs to work a little bit better. There's no cure for COPD, so I'm stuck with that no matter what. Anyhow, I think I rambled enough on this part of the video. The second part of the video is going to be another drawing for the Pay It Forward. Unfortunately, Rattlecan Shenanigans never got in touch with me. I went to his channel. I looked for his email. It wasn't there. I even left a comment on one of his videos. He never contacted me, so I gave until the 9th to contact me, and he did not. So we're going to do a second drawing. Before we do that, I want to thank Marcus for reaching out via text message, wanting to know how I was doing because he hadn't heard from me for 10 or 12 days. And also Nelson, who got in touch with me via email asking the same questions, how I was doing, blah, 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 blah. All right, so there are 10 names left, and here they all are. And here's my little bowl. So we have Model Car Madness, Rhode Island. And then we got Chester Lewis and Big Eddie, BNSF Bob, Mark Mediocre Modeler, and Jimbo Model Kits, Dave Davenport, Ralph Greenwood, William Brecker, and finally we have Terry 390. Alright, so let's go back to this camera, and we mix, and we mix, blah 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 blah. Alright, let's see who this is going to be, and this is for the Camaro. Nelson had first choice, so he's taking the Richie Petty car. Alright, there we go. And congratulations goes to Terry 390. So Terry, I'll give you a couple of days to get in touch with me. I'll put my email address down there on the bottom. And hopefully you'll contact me so we can get that gift out to you. Alright guys, there's going to be another video right after this one. Progress on my 67 Camaro. I had some issues with that, and I'll explain the issues as we get into that video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry if I bored you with my medical history, but you know what? Getting old sucks. And you can't be a wimp to get old. So, with that being said, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week. Bye for now. Toodaloo.